All praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, double honors to Apostle and elders in New York, GMS, and science to Yahweh that's teaching truth in the four corners of the earth. All right, my name is Maya Kaala Nagab, with the Chicago branch of GMS. All right, you can see right here how how these people in the homeland Israel, they're not the real Jews. You know, according to the prophecies of the curses in the Bible, you know, the Torah, the Dara, which means law. All right, and the Hebrew word for Bible is Sar, I believe Sapar, or Sapar, all right, which means book. All right, so it says right here, the people call themselves Israeli. Israeli means citizen of modern day state of Israel. Israelite means one who is connected or descend from the patriarch Jacob, who was named Israel. In Hebrew is Yasharallah, Prince of Power. Okay, so you know these people going around and posing as they're Israelites. You know they really not. That's why they call themselves Israelis or Jewish. All right, because ish is a suffix means something like my shoes may be blackish, but they're not actually black. Okay. Same thing going to people. They not the real Jews. They not. They don't come from the tribe of Judah. All right, and they not. They don't descend from the original inhabitants of the southern kingdom, Judah. All right, and southern Israel. All right, you know. And where's the rest of the tribes? You know. But anyway, man, 'cause a lot of people talking about, oh, y'all talk about color. No, man, it's about color, man. You know, true that the nation of Israel, our ancestors, you know, originally a dark-skinned people, and still are. Majority of them still are. You know, did some of us, our Israelite brethren went to Europe, Asia, you know, and mixed and had children by these heathen women. But guess what? Their offspring still Israelites. You know, according to Numbers chapter 1, verse 1 to 18. All right, it says right here, it says Israel is a military superpower for this one simple reason. And it just totally gave themselves away, man, being the Israelites, man. They don't fit the curses. Okay. What it says right here, it says Deuteronomy 28:15. It said, but it shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh with thy power to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. It said, but it shall come to pass. All right. I mean, it was going to happen that the Israelites going to go off and get under curses, man. All right. Then you go right here. It says Deuteronomy 28, verse 25. It says, Yahweh shall cause thee to be smitten before thy enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them, and shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. Right. That happened to fall of Jerusalem in 70 AD. All right, and then before it happened to the northern kingdom in 722 BC, when the Syrians got them out of the land and smitten them and scattered them. All right, because the northern kingdom came over here to the other side at between 724 25 BC. All right, and they got slaughtered by the Edomites, so-called white man. All right. All right, so this Israel being a military Israel, so I'm gonna say so-called Israel is a military power for the simple one reason. All right, so that contradicts them marking those Jewish people, Israelis, all right, as the true children of Israel. All right, it says right here, it said Israel's submarine corps is a tiny force with a big open streak. In all likelihood, it is armed with nuclear weapons. It says the 5 Dolphin-class submarines represent an ace in the hole for Israel, ultimate guarantor of the country's security, ensuring that if attacked with nuke, the tiny nation can strike back in kind. It said Israel's first nuclear weapon was completed by the early 1970s and deployed among both free-fall aircraft bombs and Jericho ballistic missiles. All right. It says the 1991 Persian Gulf War saw Iraqi Scud and al-Hussein 3 ballistic missiles raining down on Israel cities led Tel Aviv to conclude that the country need a true nuclear triad of air, land, and sea-based nukes to give the country's nuclear determined maximum flexibility and survivability. All right, so they contradict the scriptures being the Israelites, man. All right, so it goes right here. It says Deuteronomy 28. I'm gonna start with 43. It said Deuteronomy 28:43. The stranger that within thee shall get up above thee very high, thou shall come down very low. The stranger with the heathens, man. The other nations, that was among us when we came out of the land of Israel. All right, our servants. There was I forgot what nation was with us, but but it says right here, it says Deuteronomy 28, verse 44, it said, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. All right. So in this situation, with that military power, man, look like they the head, they not the tail. As the Israelites predicted to be in, the so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, we the tail, man. We don't have that military power. It says right here, Deuteronomy 28, verse 45, it said, moreover, all the curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh, thy power, all right, to keep his commandments and his statute, which he commanded thee, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder upon thy seed. So it looks like right here, that's not matching Deuteronomy 28, 45, 46, man. They don't look cursed right here. the sign of warning are upon them being the Israelites. So this is Esau, man. These people are the Edomites. All right, Amalekite. All right, that's Esau blessing, man. The sword. The sword represents the actual sword, the gun, is military powers, germ warfare, all right, psychological warfare, chemical warfare, all right. So I'll go right here. We'll start right here. It said Genesis 27, verse 37, and Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord. Talking about us, right? We was going to get the blessing anyway. The blessing of birthright anyway. Read that Genesis 24 and 60. All right. In Genesis 25, verse 25. All right. That situation took place in Genesis, I believe 25. The last verse in Genesis 25, man, it just show how base Esau is. Just how faithless he is. He don't believe in Yahweh. It said Genesis 27, verse 37. It said, Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, right? So all the Esau, so-called white man, the rest of the heathens, they supposed to be our servants, man. They are our servants. They're gonna be our servant when this damn devil, Esau, so-called white man, fall down. All right, and that's our birthright to rule over them. All right, but right now we under curses. And I just read the article just proving they not under curses. And with corn and wine have I sustained him, and what shall I do now to thee, my son? Verse 39, and Isaac, all right, verse 38, Salah. And Esau said to his father, hast thou but one blessing? My father bless me, Even me, also old father, and Esau left his voice and wept. Esau crying, but he didn't tell Isaac that he gave his birthright, so-called gave his birthright, really was given to us, but he didn't tell his father that he despised his birthright, Genesis 25. All right, verse 39, saying, Isaac, his father answered, said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness on the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. All right, so Esau gonna have control of this earth, man. Like I said, Job chapter 9, verse 24. And that's happening right now. This damn so-called white man, he ruling the earth, man. He got his hands everywhere. And his main headquarters is his Queen called America, man. That's the superpower during this recent time. All right. It said, by the sword thou shalt live, and shalt serve thy brother. It shall come to pass when thou shalt have dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke off thy neck. All right, so the blessing of the so-called white man is the sword, man. Like I said, the military, biological warfare, chemical warfare, psychological warfare, the actual gun, the actual knives. All right, that's their blessings, man. All right, and that shall come to pass, thou shalt have dominion, thou shalt break the yoke on the neck, right? Because we had them on subjection, man, during King David time, King Solomon time. All right. And then we have them subjection in the Dark Ages. All right. And they broke away from that, man. Started a Renaissance. Okay. That was us ruling during the Dark Ages. All right. That's why they call the Dark Ages. Mocking us, because we're dark-skinned. The Israelites, the ancestors, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. It says right here, Genesis 27:41, says Esau hated Jacob because his blessing, whereof his father blessed him, and Esau said in his heart, the days and months my father at hand, I will slay my brother Jacob. Right, man? So that's why the so-called white man hate you so-called Negroes. All right? Because we got the blessing and the birthright. And we already had it it was predestined we was going to have that, man. All right? And our precept to that is precept to Genesis 27:1 is Amos chapter 1 verse 11. All right, so I'm gonna end it right here. All right, shalom.